Hello everyone. In this video I am going to explain video chat application without voice using the OpenCv and socket programming in Python. To create this video chat application, the requirements: you need to have a two-way network, that is a server and client program, a basic program, and the service which provides service to the client. Here it is the video chat application, and without voice, sorry, and the client which requests the service to the client. Here my service program will be running in the virtual machine, Oracle Oracle virtual machine, and then with the operating system which I have used is Red Hat Linux 8, and my base operating system is Windows 10. Here I used the client program, and here I used the service program. Let me quickly open the Jupyter notebook for client program. I am login to the with root account. You need to log in. And open the, here is my client program which is requesting the video application from the server, that is Red Hat Linux service, video chat application without noise service from the Linux operating system. Let me open the service program, server program. Sorry, let me open the first code. Here it is my code. In this server program I used this we need to install the required libraries before doing the program. Let me quickly explain this, why we need this socket and cv tool and pickle and stat libraries. Here the socket library, it gives us the two-way communication between the two programs. Here are client and server programs running on the network, and every socket and each and every socket has a specific IP address. And the CV2 program is a library of Python. It was used when we develop most of the real-time computer vision applications, and it is mainly focused on the image processing and video capture. And another library is pickle. It is used for serializing and deserializing the Python object. It is a process to convert any kind of Python objects like lists, arrays, and dictionaries into the binary streams like zeros and ones. And similarly, as a strut, it is a conversion between the Python and the C program. It is mainly by native data types of Python, like strings and numbers. It is converted into strings of bytes. It's a new data type on Python 3. Is a binary form. It is mostly used for the handling data stored in files or the network connections among the other sources. First, we need to in the socket program. Let me wait. I will explain. In the service program, first we need to create the socket creation. Here I have created the socket which is a if int inet and the socket stream. Here is my address family. If means address family, it is inet means IPv4 address, and the sock stream, it is an TCP protocol which I have used communication between the service and server client and server program. And it is my host IP which is printed get host name by this function. and which I used the port number 999. It should be unique for every process. And here is my it is my IP address in the Linux. Please see this IP address. This is my IP address which I have used in the socket service program. You need to install that. Then the second process, you need to bind it. The bind program. The binding process is it assigns the local protocol to the socket, that is the IP address family and port, and the listen listen from the client. It is made connections made to the socket. It specifies the maximum number of queue connections. It should be at least one, but maximum value of it is 5. Depends upon the system, it may increase. And then you need to accept the request from the client, and we have to handle the client which the client required service. Then we will close the client program service program. One more thing, let me explain this. When the client requests a service from the server program, it will store the socket session ID to communicate further process between server and service program and client program. And we got the connections. If the client requests the same IP address and port number, then it will be accepted. Then we got connection from this address. If we got the connections, then my cam will be open. If the cam will be open, then it will be read. It will capture the images from the my Linux Red Hat uh, Red Hat Linux 8 version. Then we need to store using the pickle. Here you use the uh, pickle module to first store the data from the image. Here the dump function to store the object data into the file. Here is a frame is my photo which is stored in a program in the binary form. It is a pickle. We know that pickle is used the process to convert any Python objects like array, strings, and dictionary converted into binary stream zeros and ones. Here the frame should be in Python array, NumPy array, because every image is a NumPy array. It will be 2D. 2D is the black and white image, and 3D is the colored image. It is stored in the A, and the message dots for here I using the dump function to serialize the object. You simply call the dump function. Similarly, to deserialize the data stream, because to convert uh, to convert the byte streams into Python objects, we need to use the load function. Here I have used load function. First, from the image we are taking the numpy array, and it is converted into the binary form. Then we will send it to the client. We will send all the messages to the client. Here I'm in this, it is the function to show the transmitting video in the Linux. To get the function wait key, it will wait until you process close it. It will wait until you close it. Let me explain the client program also. Here it is my client program. The importing the required libraries are similar. The socket used to communicate between the two programs, and CPU2 for computer vision, and pickle to convert the numpy arrays converted into byte streams, and strut is used to convert the strings or numbers into binary form. It is a new data type which is accepted by the Python, so we need to convert in that form. It should be in the form of B double quoting, which is binary. B stands for binary. And here same program which will be used which I used in the server program. Here it is my client program. I have taken these slides from any YouTube source, and first you need to create the socket, and from the same IPv4 address and TCP protocol to communicate dedicated connections between the service server and the client. Because there is an acknowledgement between the client and the server. We need to connect to the host and IP address which is provided in the service, same address and port number. The every socket has a unique address, specific address, and we need to receive, which we send the messages in the send all messages which is received by the client. Here is the client received the 1024, it is 1 kilobyte. By default the buffer size is 1024. Here we are using 4 here using 4 kilobyte for better quality HD images, and HD images. Then here the IPv4 address, host IP address and port number, which is my Linux IP address, and the port which will be unique, and you to connect the socket with the server. The client is connected to this IP address. There is no need to bind the IP address and port in the client. We only use the binding uh, server program, server program, and we need to, it is a bytes, it is a data is equal to byte, it is a 0. It is a new data type in the Python 3, and it is a struct call size. It converts the strings. It converts the uh, strings into the strings of bytes. Strings into strings of bytes. It calculates the queue. A queue stands for here. Let me explain the struct functions. Here is the, we need to import the struct. The struct packet. It converts the um, C data types into the numpy data type. Python data type. A new data type is a bytes of streams. Byte streams. It will be here. H stands for short, L stands for long. HLL, it means short, short, long. It converts the it converts the Python C program. It converts the some which is the strings and numbers. It is it converts the data types into the bytes of streams. Here is the data types HLL data types. Here you can see clearly it converts into the bytes of streams. This is binary streams, and similarly to vice versa you can also do this. To give this address, here question mark means bull and H means short, I means int, and L means long. For this you get it. And for the q means it is a long int. Basically it is an 8 size 8 bytes. Basically it is an 8 byte. Q means 8 bytes here, which I have used in the queue. Here the maximum size is 8 bytes, which is accepted by the server, 8 bytes. And so print the socket program, the socket is accepted. Then when the data will be cut 0 size 0 bytes, and then 0 bytes is less than the 8 bytes, but we receive the clients up to 4k. 8k is less than 4k for 4k bytes. And if the packet is not received, then we break it. If the packet is received, then they store it into the data. We need to cut into the 8 bytes. The packet is size, the packet size is, the packet passage is, the data should be a 8k maximum size, but the data stored in 4k up to. Then we need to start unpack the here, which I have used seen here. The data which I have stored in the binary form, we need to convert it into strings, which is actual data type. Actual data type. Then we will see in these messages from the stored into the frame data stream size. Sorry. To load the to deserializing these data streams, we use the load function. Similarly, which I have used a dump function in the server program, here I have used load function. Load. Here I am using this transmission receiving video in the Windows operating system. Now you can run the system. Uh, Now first we have to run the service program. Yes, no errors. It will be fine. Let me wait until it get it. The connection attempt is failed based on the party did not properly respond after a period of time. Here we need to stop the firewall for the better connection between this server and the client. Let me stop the it is not recommended to stop the firewall, but to connection between both the server and client we need to stop this firewall. Here here it is, the firewall is stopped. Then again run the program. It got connection from the 192.42.72. It is my Windows operating system IP address. Here it is my Windows operating system IP address. It is connected from my IP address. There is no problem. But the camera is can't open camera by the index. The Linux operating system is unable to access my web camera. So we need to install this virtual box, some extra extension packages. It is the packages I already installed it. So but we need to enable these webcams. Here we need to enable this. Let me run again from this program. The address is already in use. We need to wait until it will be lost connection between these two, server and client. Let me clear these outputs. Yes, it will be clear. Then we need to run this program. Already in use. When we need to wait until the connection between both these two get lost between this connection. Let me run this program again. Please bear with me, it will work. I think we need to wait until the connection loss. Yes, it is connected. Then again we need to run this program. Yes, the socket is accepted, the webcam is on. Here is my video. When I open the Linux, transmitting video, my face is not that good. Here you can see it is an image which is continuously processing, continuously changing. Here you can see that is one of the pixel. Every pixel has this. When I close my cam, you will clearly see all the values should be 0 because black color 000 RGB color. Yes, we successfully created a video chat app without voice. It is not stopping. We need to stop the server program. Okay, thank you.